G'day everyone, it's Mick Pona Whipper from 2 Retro Mates, and this week it's all about hanging a leak. That's right, pulling down your trousers, unzipping the fly, and playing on Nintendo's best-selling console, or one of the best-selling consoles of all time.
That was disgusting. That's a disgusting image you put in my head.
Good, alright, so, what have we got this week?
Well, speaking of disgusting, we're opening up with this absolute tearjerker of a game.
Oh yeah?
Tearjerker because it's, in my opinion, so bad. I could not figure what was going on. Warioware smooth moves. There was nothing smooth about this game.
I mean, the only smooth motion I found out of that game was kind of doing a bit of that, but you know, that's the only thing I got out of that
Suggestive
game.
as all hell.
Yeah.
So, if you've never played the WarioWare games like I haven't, this was my first time experiencing one of these. It's essentially a very quick succession of little mini games you've got to do in a very short time span of like 5 seconds to get to the boss stage, and then you got to beat the boss stage to then win that level and to keep going on with the game. But the thing is, they give you no explanation as to what the mechanic is. You just got to figure it out in 5 seconds. And as we all know, the Wiimote's not the most accurate tracking.
No, it's very primitive for its time. Let's just say that. And look, I mean, you know, like, let's not beat around the bush here. We've got a bit of practice handling remotes of some kind. But you know, it was frustrating trying to line up the Wiimote with the sensor, trying to shake it all around and, you know, get all the good stuff to come out.
The suggestive motions.
Yeah, the suggestive motions. Like, this whole game is just suggestive motions. It's absolutely uncanny.
Pretty much. Like, there was one mini game where you had to try and yank the nose hair out of someone's nose, and the banana comes out.
You're like, what?
And then you gotta like shake the banana to get all these bugs off so the gorilla can eat it. And then there's one where you've gotta like hold it like a handlebar for a bike.
And you gotta like shake it like that, and it's like, what?
And then there was one where you had to direct people to go to the right lavatory for blue and pink.
Yeah,
and I'm just like,
yeah, needless to say, I was feeling a little bit uncomfortable by the end of this game, especially for a G-rated game as well at the same time.
But
it was a bit, how's it going?
Probably fun with alcohol though.
Oh yeah, if you're getting absolutely plastered with your mates, and you're looking for a good party time, something like a drinking game, perhaps not that we condone blind alcoholism, this game could be alright. So if you're looking to get smashed with your mates and you've got a Wii kicking around at home and you happen to have this game, chuck it on. It's a bit of a laugh if you're smashed. But if you're playing sober, it's a little bit less to be desired.
Yeah. Now, moving on from this, frankly, toilet humor game.
Yeah.
Tell me you've got something good over there.
I got something good. Really good. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Now, I heard this game was a fucking steaming pile of fucking trash when it came out. There was just reviews constantly slamming this game at the time. Everyone said how dog shit it was compared to fucking Twilight Princess, right?
Yeah, and what's the verdict?
The verdict is the cat didn't go where it was supposed to fucking go!
Yes, the cat! Oh, the cat was... That killed me.
I was trying to throw the cat in the right spot and it kept bouncing away!
We'll get the footage up now. You can just see Mick struggling with this cat.
I couldn't deal, man.
I wish we were recording our reactions because I am wheezing.
Couldn't deal, man. Oh my god.
You finally get it over.
Finally got it.
And the cat just
yeets off again.
It was so funny.
Oh my god.
And you just see Mick standing there,
like,
just going, "Why are we here?
Why are we here? Why are we doing this?" But cats yeeting themselves and not going where they're supposed to go aside. It's actually not a bad game at all. The motion controls are a little bit weird. Couldn't get too far into the game. But from what I played, you know what? For a fully fledged Zelda game on the Wii, it's not that bad, honestly. Like, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I wouldn't say it's the best Zelda game. I mean, the reviews these days actually say this game's pretty good. But, I mean, for, you know, dildo remotes aside, It's not bad.
We were struggling to find where to find your bird.
Yeah.
Like, it was telling us where to go, but we were blocked by the grate, and then we would just say, where go?
Like, what?
Me smash gate.
Like, what? I couldn't figure it out. I mean, but, you know, maybe that's just the boomer in me coming out, perhaps, I don't know. But, look, memes aside, it's not a bad game. If you're after Zelda on the Wii and you want the full experience, don't buy a Skyward Sword. Go buy Twilight Princess instead. Now, this is a proper Zelda experience on the Wii. Except you've got to use the dildo remote in order to play it.
Oh,
yeah, it's a bit shit in that regard. But it was still fun on the GameCube. So if you can get the GameCube version of it, or the HD remaster on the Wii U, definitely go and play that. But if you only have the Wii version, well, I'm sorry. Like, my condolences. But look, it wasn't that bad. The controls are a little bit less to be desired again. But sequel to Majora's Mask, I think in terms of the timeline, I don't release
the timeline's confusing now.
Yeah, the timeline's just fucking.
I remember going through the timeline and realized there's like a split, I think, at Majora's Mask or something like that, and I was just like, what happened here?
Yeah, it's a bit weird. And look, to be fair, I think Zelda on the Wii just didn't hit right compared to the GameCube or the 64 or even the Wii U. Yeah. It just didn't hit right, and I think partially that was because of the controls. Like, if you could play this with a GameCube controller, you're practically playing Twilight Princess, the same thing on the GameCube, but with the GameCube controller. But, you know, they really wanted to shoehorn in all the really shitty motion controls, like fucking, you know, flailing your arms around trying to fucking...
Well, it could have been worse.
Shoot an arrow and
it could have been
like
worse.
That, you know.
You could have had a Zelda game with Kinect.
You could have.
That, like, I'll take dildo remotes any day.
Actually, no, we kind of almost did have that, Link's crossbow training, but apparently that wasn't too bad.
Oh, yeah, with the little gun attachment.
Yeah,
okay.
Like, it wasn't that bad. But look, anyway, as far as Zelda games go, on the Wii, this one's not fucking turtle shit. It's not like a fucking turd hanging on a clothesline. But, you know what? If it's all you got, and you can't afford the ridiculous price for the GameCube version these days, it's not a bad one to pick up.
Yeah, but another one that's not too bad to pick up, and if anything, is a little title I didn't expect to see on the Wii from these guys.
Yeah.
From Atlas, we've got two games. Trauma Center, Second Opinion, and this frankly wrecked Trauma Center New Blood. Now,
Could I get your second opinion on this?
Oh, my second opinion. I'm gonna need 50 cc's of anti-cringe stat.
Alright.
Now, I will mainly talk about Second Opinion because I went to go and get footage for New Blood. It did not want to capture for some reason. So, oh well. You basically take the role of this doctor that's just started at this hospital, and you've basically got to operate. Now, it's like the board game Operation, but on the Wii, with a very Persona-like feel because of the music. I swear, I was waiting for Burn My Dread to just
I know, right?
smack down. I was like I'm ready to operate, man. I'm ready to get into this. And then comes, you're just thrown into your first operation. This guy's yeeted himself through a window on his bike.
Yeah, you're like pull out glass shards and shit. Like it's like did anyone play like the game back as a kid called Operation?
Yep.
Kind of like that.
And you've got to like be careful with the force that's pulling the glass out. And if you don't pull it out the right way, it actually affects their stability.
Yeah.
And like the nurse goes, "What are you doing? You got to pull it out." And I was like, "Lady, tell me how to use the controls first." Because she's just gone, "Oh, just pull the glass out."
Just pull it out, bro.
How?
You know, just pull it out, bro. You know.
How?
Fucking pull it out, bro. Like, it's easy.
Once again, dildo remote and the nunchucks. You got to use the
nunchucks as well.
You got to use the nunchucks to select your tool, and then I had to figure out how to use the tweezers. It took me a solid minute and looking at the manual and go, "Oh, I got to hold the B and the A button together like."
Yeah.
Then comes the sewing, and you're probably going to see my terrible sewing technique where I just go, "Okay, do a fine little sewing line, go in a nice little zigzag motion." Me.
Yeah. I mean, it still sealed it up.
It did. And
the guy was healed.
And there was gel in it, which apparently just disinfects and heals all wounds.
Everything. Magic gel.
Which I'm like, magic gel, can we have that in 2021?
I can vibe with that. It's pretty cool.
Down for it. But honestly, it was actually a pretty cool game to play. And felt like a JRPG. But
Did a little bit.
You know what it didn't do? didn't throw me, and an hour-long prologue!
That was really good.
It just put me in the game within
Straight
10 minutes.
away. Like, the prologue was like 3 lines, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I've never seen this from an Atlas game before. Like,
Exactly.
holy shit. Like, I'm used to being like, just like, ah! Like, hour-long cutscene.
You were getting comfy, you're like, oh, should
Like, get the popcorn, get the beers.
get a beer
like,
and all that? And then
fuck.
then the prologue plays, it's like 3 lines, and then you're in the game.
Yeah,
Like,
I was like, bro, what?
wait, what? And I was like,
That's it?
huh? Like, it was our shortest JRPG recording session ever.
Yeah,
So-
very, very short.
Not very expensive games, though fairly like difficult to find unless you jump on eBay. So look around. I do need to replace my copy of New Blood just because
It's a bit, how's it going?
you're probably going to see it in the B-roll in a second. It's pretty creased, and the disc is rooted.
Yeah.
So yeah, moving on.
Moving on to some more iffy games at that. Man, I've just got like the games this week, man.
Yeah,
Like
you've got them this week.
Super Smash Bros. Brawl, alright? This game, historically, in the Super Smash Bros. Franchise, is considered one of the worst, if not the worst. And personally, as a non-Smash enthusiast, I don't get it. Like, to me, it's a little bit slower than Melee. Like, it's a little bit slower, but like it's not as fast as the newer ones. I mean, like, to me, that's not really like a bad thing, you know? I mean, to all the enthusiasts out there, you know, you're probably screaming at me right now saying, it's not the fucking same! But to a casual like myself who mains Kirby, you know, like, it's good enough, you know? Like,
Oh my God, you Kirby, mate.
like, you know, I just like to play with mates. You know, just chill out with mates. But, look, I mean, if you want the Smash experience on the Wii, this is the one to get. You can play with the nunchuck, you can play with the Pro Controller for the Wii, and the GameCube controller, so you've got a variety of different inputs you can play with, which is really great, I find. And I wish more Wii games had that option where you could chuck in a GameCube controller, use the Pro Controller even, that you could buy separately for the Wii. You know, instead of just being forced to use the Wiimote and nunchuck all the time. I kind of wish that functionality was there. Because for those who don't know, the original Wii was basically a GameCube and a Wii. It had 4 GameCube controller slots and memory card slots on it at the same time.
In some versions.
In some versions. The newer versions that came out,
They took that out to
they
save
took
costs.
it out, yeah, to save cost. But look, I mean, for a casual like myself, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, I think is a worthy contender in the franchise. However, I can certainly see for the pros out there how this game has just got universally panned as meh or just trash in some cases, and you know, it's just not fucking worth it.
Right. Cue the torches and pitchforks from the entire Smash Bros. Community.
Yeah,
saying,
look, I mean,
Mick, you're wrong! But it's okay.
it's not bad.
You
It's
can
not
like
bad.
it. You can like it. That's
I can
okay.
like it. Yeah, it's not bad. Honestly, I had a bit of fun playing this, and you know what? Not a bad experience for the Wii, considering all things considered. You know,
Exactly right.
it's not like I'd rather vomit on the floor, lick it up, vomit again, then take a dump. It's not that bad. We're not talking Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS, but it's not a bad experience. Okay, it's all right. What have we
Now-
got next?
This one's a bit of a bang, and this one was actually a golden find
Yeah.
for myself. I saw it, I went, hang on, I had to do a double take on the price of this
Ooh,
one.
yeah, this one's a banger. Coming
This
up.
is a game that usually goes for sometimes 150. I've seen 180, even 200 in cases. And this one we picked up for a cool $80.
$80.
Metroid Prime Trilogy. I know people that have told me if you can find this in pristine condition, and pristine, this is below 100. Get it. And oh boy, found this at a local retro game store around here. And when I spotted it, I asked the guy, I said, can I take a look at that? Check the disc, check the books. It's all here.
Immaculate.
Absolutely immaculate. Now, unfortunately, my one criticism of this, forced dildo remote constantly. And it was a struggle. Unless you have nothing in the way of the sensor bar,
Yeah.
the game can freak out.
Yeah.
But once we got everything out of the way and we realigned the sensor bar and got
Wasn't too
it,
bad.
it actually wasn't a terrible experience.
No, it wasn't.
It was just interesting. It was combined traditional first-person mechanics with moving around, with having to aim with the Wiimote, but then having to hold buttons to stay stationary to use like scanning tools.
Yeah, like I didn't mind it. It like after a bit of getting used to, it was okay because, like you said, like it's a bit of a iffy situation with
Exactly.
the Wiimote. But once you get the hang of it, and you got a clear distance between your sensor bar and yourself, it's not that bad. And You know, personally, I'm not a big fan of the whole, you know, looking around by moving your, you know, effectively your weapon to the side of the screen. Like, I hate games that do that. But look, for the Wii, look, honestly, it's okay. The game's designed around it, so it's not terrible. That being said, if you are a Metroid enthusiast, get the GameCube versions. I think they'll play a lot better than on the Wii. But look, personally, I've actually never played a Metroid game before. I know it's a big sin. Like, cue the comments flaming in a second. Like, I know, guys, I'm sorry, but I've never played a Metroid game prior to this. And honestly, considering, I was willing to let the controls slide a little bit. But overall, it was pretty fun. I liked it.
I have like one Metroid cart on Game Boy Advance SP, but from years ago. And thankfully, as you play the game, the systems do get better. As the games get better. So on. So, but if you're a collector and you definitely spot this at a good price, get it. Particularly in the PAL region.
Oof. Speaking of bangers, now we've got to finish strong as well.
Yes.
Xenoblade Chronicles. Well, Xenoblade Chronicles for the Wii. Now, this is where it all started for the franchise. Well, I guess... No, Xeno's been kind of going for a while, since the PS1, really.
Yeah,
but it's the latest, I guess, arc within that.
Because
I don't even know if
this
they're all
came out on the
connected.
Wii first, I believe, and then we got the new 3DS version that
the
only
3DS
played
version.
on that new 3DS.
Oh, yeah.
Then we've gotten the definitive edition over on
The
Switch.
Which is the best way to play it, mind you.
Yeah.
But look, playing this on the Wii, I'm in absolute awe that this game actually runs on a Wii, let alone a 3DS. It is massive. There are lots of things to do. It's a brilliant RPG. And it actually came out around that time on the Wii when The Last Story and Pandora's Tower also came out. So this was actually considered a trifecta of RPGs for the Wii at the time. I think it was around 2011, 2011, around that period.
Good time for
Yeah, so right at the end of the Wii's lifespan. But you had these 3 bangers come out, and honestly, if you want a solid RPG experience, and you got a CRT TV, don't recommend this on a flat screen. Definitely chuck it on. It's not bad, honestly. It's a fully fledged RPG experience. You know, it's like, it's fucking Xenoblade, you know? Like, do I need to say more about it? Probably.
Honestly,
but
if you haven't
give it a try.
If you haven't played it and you're into JRPGs,
Yeah.
it's definitely one to add to the list. Whether you play the Wii version or you do play the Switch version, I do recommend the Switch version because it is massive improvements.
Massive.
But if you happen to find this at the buried at the bottom of some garage sale bin for like $2, keep your mouth shut, buy it, take it home.
This is going up in price. I'm actually getting this for $80 on Facebook Market, but I've seen this go for anywhere near close to 120. So if you see it, go and get it. It's going up in value, and probably is going to continue to go up in value, despite the definitive edition currently being available.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be it from us this
week, guys.
Do you have any of these games in your collection at all, or do you have any memories of these? Maybe you hate our absolute opinions. Give us your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know what you think.
Maybe you loved them too. For those who do love our opinions, thank you very much.
Thank you
from
very
the bottom
much.
of our hearts.
We love you.
We love you. But make sure you leave a comment, you like, and subscribe.
You better do it. Like, he's serious.
Serious. Dead set serious. So we do lots of stuff like this, game hunting, game collecting, unboxings, all the good stuff. We'll see you again in the next one.